At Qualcomm Ventures, we invest in companies that are strategic to Qualcomm. So the group was formed in 2000, so this is our 10-year anniversary. We've been fairly active and also expanded geographically since we started in 2000. So now, in addition to in North America, we invest directly in Europe, invest in China, India, Korea, and Israel. Over the 10-year history, what we have done is we've been fairly broad in the wireless ecosystem in what we invest in. So we've invested in companies in the chipset or device sector. We've invested in companies in infrastructure and software, in mobile applications. And then I think the last area we invest in what we call emerging technologies, which would be companies in the areas of battery technologies or displays, which are key choke points for the wireless ecosystem. So to give you some examples, one of the companies we invested in all the way back in 2001 is a company called A123, and they were developing an innovative battery solution for increasing energy density in cell phones. They were very successful. They IPO'd last year on the NASDAQ, had a successful IPO. Another example, which is a Texas company called Spatial Wireless, which was an infrastructure investment that was purchased by Alcatel-Lucent, and they were the pioneers in soft switches for mobile networks. In terms of mobile applications, we've invested in companies like OboPay, which is a peer-to-peer mobile payment company, and on the device side, we invested in a number of companies in the early days, including Handspring, which was bought by Palm subsequently. Yeah, so I think the key difference in how we evaluate for investment and acquisition is, from the investment perspective, we are looking to, as I said, help out the wireless ecosystem, drive innovative technologies that otherwise wouldn't have taken root or taken longer. So we make strategic investments in those areas, in those companies. From an acquisition perspective, which I don't want to talk too much about because I'm not responsible for, but that's a very different mindset where we are looking to acquire or enhance capabilities in-house. I can give one example which ties in the earlier topic we talked about, which is augmented reality, which is when we started the program, we identified on the venture side a company out in Austria, which we believed had one of the best implementations of mobile augmented reality on a phone. And the company's name was Magitech, Imagination, and we ended up acquiring the company. We announced the acquisition also, so it's public. But that is an example of where we were looking for innovative startups. We found one. We figured that that's actually going to enhance and accelerate our program, so we ended up buying the company.